Hi and welcome to the next part of this color and chat. Today I will be focusing on this blanket, I think it is, where she sits in, and if I have time left I will do the background. I'm thinking of doing a gradient in black and gray, and for the blanket I've chosen for maroon, and for the lighter shade Tyrian purple. So I'm just starting with the maroon one. I'm going to sharpen it a little bit extra. So I will be doing the bottom darker and fading out to the top, and I will do the same with this part of the blanket. So today is a very weird day. Although yesterday was even more weird, because then we got the news that a very beloved colorist of Instagram and YouTube passed away last week. Her channel name is Always Coloring, and that was also her Instagram ID. Beautiful young lady, friendly, always helpful, full of joy, full of positive vibes. At least that was my experience when we talked. And yeah, it was shocking to get the news that she passed away only 6 days after turning 23. So it gets you thinking. That's no. I wasn't sure about filming this color and chat that soon, but maybe it's helpful for me and for other people to give their thoughts some time to relax, or to try and give it place somewhere. So I wanted to start a picture in her honor yesterday in Daydreams, because it was her most favorite book, but it didn't work out. That it looked like I was blocking, so I stopped again. It was no, I still can't believe it. It's very unreal that someone so young passes away by something medical that's so fatal, or I don't know how you must describe it. You don't expect someone of the age of 23 to pass away from such a cause. And I'm thinking that I'm messing up this picture while I'm coloring. don't have my normal self isn't back yet. So I think I will stop this video again and upload it later with some other parts put behind. But I notice that I'm not in my talking mood. Excuse the bump. And I'm not in my coloring mood either, although I thought I was. I worked on a picture of the beauty of horror yesterday, and that went quite well. But this one isn't really doing what it is supposed to do, and that's taking my mind off things. I'm literally messing it up, I think. But yeah, there are worse things in the world than messing up a blanket. So I'll just color this in with the lightest color. And then I'm going to pause this video and pick the rest up later on. I think that will be better. Yeah, that's I think that's it for now. I'm sorry guys, but it's not happening today. So I'll see when I'm back in the mood to finish this or to work further on this one. But for now I am going to take a break. I think it's a bit too soon to film and talk a lot, and I need some time to realize what happened, and yeah, it's sad. So yeah, I'll see you in the next part, I guess. Hi, I'm back again. Since the first part was filmed, I've been figuring out how to make this look a bit better, and I'll try to do some extra coloring here so that the outcome will be quite okay. Not wow, but it will be okay. I hope you are all doing fine. Oops, sorry. I've given Katrina a lot of thought, and yeah, I really hope her boyfriend will cope well, because it was such a cute couple. It must be devastating for him too, and for her parents. I don't know if she had any brothers or sisters. I don't think so. We've talked a lot and I don't remember her mentioning any siblings. So I'm really hoping that her family is coping and that her boyfriend is coping. It's always so tragic when someone passes away so suddenly. And so the death of someone is always tragic, of course, but in some cases you have the opportunity to say goodbye, and it must be double as hard or double as shocking if you don't have that possibility. I think you aren't expecting someone to pass away, and then suddenly it happens, and yeah, I think it's even more hard to realize that what is happening, I think. You can't prepare yourself, and yeah, it was beautiful to see how many people in the coloring community reacted on her boyfriend's message when he brought us the news, and there were a lot of color alongs hosted in honor of her, and it's just beautiful. She taught us all so much. She taught me a lot. She was 23 years old and she already had amazing talent to discover things and to make it explained easy for newbies in the coloring world, or for newbies with using specific materials like the neocolors. I didn't know anything about them, and because of her I learned so much, especially her dab technique, I'll call it, with her finger, and it was a nice effect, and yeah, that beautiful memories. Yeah, I really hope that everyone is okay. And, yeah. My eraser. I think her blanket is a bit better now. Oh, I forgot to do the bottom part, but I'll dive right in. I think personally that she would have liked this bug, because she had a weakness for the plum and the maroon colors and the mulberry colors, and I remember her saying that of the color soft pencils, those were her favorite ones. I've written them down because it was due to her that I bought myself some open stock pencils of color soft, and she I can't think of the word. She mentioned to buy blackberry, cranberry, loganberry and grey lavender. Those were her 4 favorite colors. She advised me to start with those to experience how they layer and stuff, and I really like them, and I would like to buy them too. But yeah, I already have a few sets, and yeah, some I don't touch anymore, like the cerise style pencils and the Marco Refine and Marco Renoir. I always grab at my Prismacolors or the Polychromos pencils. So do I really have to buy some extra? But that said, those kind of colors like this, I think she would have liked the bug. I was thinking of her yesterday morning, in fact, before we heard the news that it was already, it had already been a while that she was active again on Instagram. She was totally in love with her mini watercolor pictures, and they were beautiful. She was very talented, like I said. So yeah. You know what it was with her? It seemed, that she was never afraid to do something. She just jumped in and she tried a lot, and that's why she could teach us a lot, because she had experience by trying, I think, and by being wild or enthusiast about something and to dive in. And some of us are afraid or are more reserved with trying things or with jumping in, but she jumped all the way, and that's what made her unique, I think, and loved, and yeah. I will leave this for what it is. I think it's quite okay. I'm now going to do the back part, and I'm going to try to make it look like she is sitting in a shiny area here, and I will see if it will work out. I don't know yet. I have to grab my volume 2 box, and that's in my coloring trolley. My trolley where all the coloring, or not all my coloring materials, but most of them are stocked. Oh, and the black one is in a different place, I think. Oh yes, I did put it aside already. Yep. Okay, then I'll just need to pick out a pigeon gray. That's from volume 1, to do the lighter shade of that background. Maybe I can do some more dark in here with some dark blue, but I will decide that later on. So how are we going to do? I'm just going to make this just solid black. Is it on camera? Let's move on to and this part will be solid black also. Okay, now moving up a bit, and I'm going to avoid the bubbles. I'm not sure yet which colors I will choose for those. I'm going to darken this extra so that you really can see the gradient a bit better. Now with this part, it seems like these bars are a bit blocking me, and I'm going to sharpen that pigeon gray. Oh, that's very light. I didn't realize. It's hard to blend that in beautifully. So I think I will have to be a bit, I have to go in with that black again and fade it out a little better. Just going to add some of the gray here, and that we just end up with a white part on her back. And maybe I will have to do a bit of black here falling down. A very soft manner going down. I think that is better. The legs of my tripod are standing a bit difficult again. So it's difficult to color with a soft touch. There's something wrong. But what? I'm seeing something that's not as I want it to be, but what is it? Maybe I need to darken this part a bit further. Yes, I think that was the case. I didn't like that. Yeah. Okay, that's quite okay. Okay. And now I have to think what I will do with these two bubbles. I already did the ones without that spot here in the Crayola color, or with the Crayola pencil, and I forgot to do this, but I will just imagine that it has something like this on the side that I'm not seeing. And I think I will do some details, or I will use some glitter gel pen for these bars she's watching. I'm also thinking of doing these holes in black, or in a gradient of black, from darker to a bit lighter. And maybe these ropes I will do in the darkest color of that red. I really like this tone of red. I don't think I have it in another set. Sometimes it's hard to find a nice red in pencils. In markers it's quite okay, but in pencils, not the artist grade ones, because in most of them you'll find a beautiful scarlet red or a crimson red. But in other sets it's sometimes more orangey than red. But I can't complain about the maroon color. It's a nice deep tone. I'm going to look in which set it is situated. Maroon. Oh, it's a deep volume 5 deep tone. Deep tone 2. You have 2 volumes of deep tone. The first one is volume 3. That's deep tone 1. So going to erase some purple. It's possible that I will cut off the video soon, because my husband is at his way home, and now I've erased a bit too much. Lucky enough, I have the other pencils near up, and I think I will go with this dark and fade it out to above, and the same with this, fade it out a little bit. Okay. Sorry if I'm again not that talkative. or talkative. Sometimes it's really hard to think of subjects. I can't keep going on about the hot weather here, because they predict another 14 days of hot weather, and always talking about that will be boring too. So yeah. And it's not that it's not only difficult to concentrate with this weather, at my work everyone is suffering a bit from with concentration problems, although we have airco there, but yeah, it's, you sleep bad at night, and it's also what I find difficult about having hot weather for such a long time is, what on earth do you have to cook every evening? I'm making cold pasta, cold rice with vegetables. For tonight I've prepared some cold potatoes and boiled eggs. I will mix it with a mustard sauce, kind of sauce, and some baked I don't know the English word. Bacon and some kind of green beans we have here, long beans. Don't know the English word of that either. But it's not always very easy to choose something that you will enjoy with this hot weather. But yeah, I'm not losing any pounds because of it, unfortunately. But yeah. Okay. What are we going to color next? I'm thinking of doing these parts also in that maroon red. I like it, so I'll just have to think. Maybe I will do a gradient from up here to the middle, and then from up here to the middle, so that we have a soft spot here. Yeah, okay, that's good. Maybe I will do this in solid black. As promised, I just colored the parts in the purplish combo further, like the head, and then I just did with simple black, that ivory black pencil, these feeling things that a bug has. I don't know the English name, and the arrow stuff here. Yeah. Okay. These will be colored in Tyrian purple, those 3 little circles. Also with a bit of gradient. I don't know if it's very noticeable that there's different, slight it's a bit lighter, but not too extreme. And now this part in black, and maybe on top these small parts in that pigeon gray. So I will do it lighter up there. Yeah. Okay, so I think I will leave you for now, and because I think my husband will be home any minute, and then I can set my table so that we can eat. Still have to decide on those little creatures, but I'm sure we will work it out. Yeah, I'm going to try to lift up this tripod very very carefully so that you can see how she's looking already. Really enjoying this picture. It brings a lot of peace to my mind, I must say. Yeah, really enjoying every single part I'm coloring in. Sometimes I feel like I'm rushing myself too much when coloring. Maybe that's another interesting topic to talk about in the future. Sometimes I really can take my time with coloring and enjoying every little detail. And sometimes I'm so rushed, but I think that's because I'm internally nervous and I can't control my nerves at that moment, I don't know. Or when I'm stressed out because of work or something else. And yeah, it really depends from day to day. And today is like the other color and chat days, some day that I can sit and work slow. Most of the time I'm a pretty fast colorist, even when I'm coloring relaxed. But yeah, I'm impressed by all the details of this picture and how it comes to life. It's, yeah, I would never have expected that I would like to color manga so much, but Julia Rivers' book did his trick, or its trick. It has totally grabbed me, so I will definitely do more work in this book. It's a real joy. So I will leave you for now, and I'm going to think about what colors will be cute for these little fellows, and what I'm going to do with the bubbles and the other things, but it will work itself out, I'm sure. So thank you very much for watching. I hope you're all doing well, and I hope I will see you again in on the next color and chat. Bye bye.